Alright, here we have Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt Collection. This is Thunderbolt 1 and 2. So Thunderbolt, which is an 8-bit game, and you got Thunderbolt 2, which is a 16-bit game. Vehicle courtesy of QUByte. And this is a collaboration between QUByte and PIKO Interactive. These are shoot-em-ups or shmups that were done in the arcades back in like 1995 or so. We'll go and take a look at the first game here. So here we have the game. Now you can hit the L and R or the ZR or ZL buttons to come in here to the game menu where you have options. So you have CRT, you have game filters, you have CRT, sharp, XBR, and then smooth. I'm going to go into XBR. You have screen mode normal, fit, and stretch. I'll go ahead and we'll see what stretch looks like. Then you have sound and the controller remap options. And they also have the save load save states. So if I go to save here, you've got several save states to play with. You've got, what, 5 there. So that's pretty cool. You can save at any time. You can continue the game. You can restart. You can go back to the game selection screen. Okay, I really don't like the stretched fit here, but it does make the game a little bit easier to play. So I will give it that. We'll go ahead and actually leave it on stretched, just because, yeah, this is a lot easier to play than I've had it on any other game mode, or any other screen mode. So the game has a lot of flickers, you can see, which is reminiscent of a 8-bit game. Now, the game is extremely difficult. It is definitely a game of its time. Yeah, this game is just hard. But that's to be expected with an arcade game from the 90s. Especially early 90s. You'll die a lot, and you want to make use of those save states if you expect to get very far in the game. So I got a screen clearing bomb there, it's definitely handy. And then you've got various power-ups. You can power up the weapon that you have, or you can get additional weapons and power those up. Oh, I was trying to grab that power up there. There is no secondary fire button, which is interesting that they didn't have any other button other than fire. Especially for an arcade game, you figure there'd like be a bomb button instead of just a bomb power up you can get there. So definitely interesting choice. Oh, thought I was gonna die there for a second. I just died. So I really like the graphics. The music's really good. It's just a little too difficult. I find myself, I really wanted to get any semblance of very far. I'm going to be using these save states. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and use one now, just so I have that. Save game, yes. So I like how quickly this game does save. It's nice. I'm assuming this is going to be a boss up here. When it actually decides to load. Oh, there we go. It decides to load here. Well, it was short-lived. Now, I can choose to load the save state here, which will load me back to exactly where I was before. Or you can continue, which will take you back to the boss with all of your lives, but you won't have any power-ups. Wow. Wow, okay. Well, let's go and take a look at the at the second game in this collection here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Thunderbolt 2. It's actually my preferred of the two. So we have start and option. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Let's see if we can fix that. So we'll restart the game. And then we're going to go into options. We're going to go into, we'll do normal. And we'll still do sharp. There we go. Okay. So stretching totally destroys the text. Alright, so options we have music and level. We can do easy. We can do easy, normal, and hard. I'm going to go and play it normal. Alright, so in the second game, unlike the first, there isn't a set speed. You get speed power-ups, which is nice. And you can actually end up moving pretty quickly. And then you have that P power-up that changes color, and that will determine what weapon you end up with. And then, unlike the first game, it also has a bomb button, which by default is your B button. Now, what I find interesting with this game is the fact that your ship moves very quickly and very smoothly, whereas some of the enemies, actually a lot of the enemies that aren't grounded, end up like almost moving jagged like, if you've noticed there. They just don't move as smooth as your ship. And I'm not sure what the reasoning for that is. It actually kind of surprised me. I thought, is the game broken? Is it, is there something I'm not seeing? But no, there's nothing wrong with the game. That's just the way the enemies flicker and move on the screen. Which shouldn't be that way. I understand that it's probably due to the fact that it's a game from 1995. But I still don't understand how your player shape can move so smooth, and yet the enemies flicker and stutter and just move not in a way that you would expect. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this is a great game. I definitely would recommend this over its predecessor. Definitely a great shmup for sure. Yeah, I don't like the flickering at all. It kind of bugs me, but again, this is better than the first game for sure. It's overall. I mean, it's a tad easier, I think, because you have a bigger space, you have less erratic enemy movement, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they flicker, because they do move a little bit slower than the first game. That might be part of the reason why that's the case. Let's take this guy down. There we go. Next stage. And I do like how in this one there's a life bar. I do appreciate that it's not a one-hit death. And how each weapon has Has a level indicator, which is nice. So you can level up your weapons. Pretty interesting. Oh, why did I think that was a power up? that is an enemy. That speed boost, there we go. Okay, it's not a power up, that's an enemy. So yeah, definitely would recommend this game again over the first game. But both of them are solid shmups. It's just the first game is a heck of a lot harder than than this one. Oh, let's grab that. There we go. Alright guys, well I'm going to end the review here. This has been a look at the Thunderbolt collection on Nintendo Switch. I want to thank QUByte for the opportunity. This is a great, wonderful game collection, and one I definitely recommend. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, till next time, take care and happy gaming.